For those of you who watch my daughter's YouTube channel, Katie Cat's World, you'll know that she got a new snake for Christmas, a centipede, and she made a video about it called Meet Spice. And if you've seen that video, Meet Spice, you'll know that the snake that was sold to us was sick with a respiratory infection, and it was doing a lot of mouth breathing, breathing in through its mouth, and the air couldn't escape, and the snake would end up ballooning up, like literally like those clown balloons that they make, the long ones that they make the balloon animals with. That's how the snake actually felt. You could squeeze the snake and it felt just like a balloon. And we had to treat that by giving it warm baths and massaging out the air and deflating her basically. And to treat the respiratory infection, we put the snake in a higher heat with a drier climate, and in about a week it just banged out the respiratory infection and the snake was fine. And we were so thrilled. No more inflating, no more mouth breathing, no more bubbling in the lips. There's a lot of bubbles coming up in the lips, as is common with the respiratory infection. The snake was healthy again. And then the worst happened. The worst thing that could happen to any snake owner. We went to get the snake out of the enclosure to play with it, and it had escaped the enclosure. No more snake. The snake has 3 hides, and its favorite hide is a tree trunk ornament that I used to have in my aquarium, and my aquarium was kind of overcrowded with things, so I wanted to make some space. So I took this tree trunk ornament out. It's one of those resin tree trunks, and we put it into our quarantine tank, and so the snakes can use it as a hide. And whenever we get a new snake, we leave it in a quarantine tank, and that acts as one of the hides. And then there's 3 hides. There's a water dish in there that the snakes also use as a hide. There's also a black hide that we use. And so the favorite hide of her centipede, Spice, was the tree trunk hide. And we looked under the tree trunk hide, wasn't there. Looked under the water dish, wasn't there. Looked under the last hide, wasn't there. And we freaked out. Sifted through all the substrate. It was just gone. And we were all down. She cried a lot. We were depressed for 2 weeks until one day I went out to get one of my snakes, and all of a sudden, who shows up? Spice. So I'm looking in the cage and I see Spice on his tree trunk hide, and I was like, what's going on? How did he come back? How did he get back in his cage? So I started thinking to myself, maybe he never escaped. Maybe he's been in there the whole time. And sure enough, that was the case. I started inspecting the tree trunk hide, and this is the tree trunk right here. And Spice would go, it normally will rest on some repti chip, and Spice would go underneath, and he would stay in this little crevice here. Well, when we were looking for him, frantically looking for him, we checked this crevice in here, we checked this crevice in here, and there was no snake. And so we thought he had escaped. Well, lo and behold, what we didn't know was under closer inspection, there's actually, if you turn it this way, there's a hole in there, right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a hole in there, and where that hole goes to is up into this area of the tree trunk. So he was there the whole time for the 2 weeks that we were looking for him. I even went out and bought an inspection camera so I can look into the holes of our walls and everything, so that, thinking maybe he went under a baseboard, got up into the walls and between some studs. So I even went out and bought one of those and was looking in the walls for 2 weeks trying to find him, looking under the stove, pulling out the refrigerator, all that, snake owners who've lost a snake, they know what I'm talking about. And the whole time he was actually in his enclosure in this area. Well, we found him, or actually he found us. He showed up again, but my daughter doesn't know. So what we're going to do is, she's away at camp today, and when she comes back tonight, we're going to surprise her. And the way we're going to do that is, she's been wanting to make another video for her YouTube channel, so we're going to tell her that we have an idea for a new video for her channel. And we're going to tell her that we were out and about and we were at a store and we saw this really cool slime. My daughter's very much into slime and making her own slime. She adds different textures and everything. So we're going to tell her we saw a jar of this cool slime. It's a very cool texture that we don't think she's going to be able to guess what it is. So we're going to tell her what we want to do is blindfold her, and we're going to have her hold out her hands and set the slime in her hands and see if she can tell us exactly what kind of slime it is and what's making that texture. But in reality, what we're going to do is we're going to put her long lost snake in her hands and see, we're going to videotape her expression basically. And this is going to be a great reunion, and you guys get to witness it as well. So let's get on to surprising my daughter. Hello YouTube, and welcome to Katie's World. And today we got a special treat for you. We have purchased a new slime, and it's a texture that my daughter's not familiar with. And if you've watched my daughter's videos, you'll know that this is her. You probably won't recognize her because she's got a weird hat on and a blindfold. But what we're doing is we are going to have her hold slime and see if she can tell what kind of slime it is. It's a weird texture. We're going to see if she knows what the texture is. She dubs herself Queen of Slime and an expert. So we are going to test her knowledge to see just how well she does. Do you think she'll get it? I don't think she will. What do you think, Kate? Do you think you're going to get it?
I hope so.
You hope so? Okay, hold out your hands. Put them together.
Okay, so good.
Don't squeeze the slime. See if at first you can tell what kind of slime it is.
Put it a little closer to you.
Just
Your hands a little closer to you.
tell me what kind of slime that is.
I have no idea. Oh, it feels so weird.
What kind of slime do you think that
moving.
is?
I don't know. Clay slime?
Clay slime?
Maybe? It feels kind of
Feel a little bit with your fingers.
Oh my god! That is not slime. That is not slime. That's why it's moving. It's not slime. That is not
What
slime.
is it?
It's a snake. Is that a snake? That's a
It
snake.
is a snake.
Ah! Okay. I don't know why I'm so scared. Can someone take off my blindfold? Oh, this is weird. Who is it? Is that Spice? Where was he?
Put on your glasses.
Hold on. Where was he? Hold on here. Where was he?
He was in his cage the whole time.
It's not a prank. We didn't prank
How'd
him.
We
you
didn't
not see him?
Because I'll show you. There's tunnels in the tree stump. And none of the other snakes have gone in there because they're too thick. He was in the tunnels. Today I went to get out my snakes, Kate. And every day when I go in there, I look in the cage hoping he'll return. He returned. He was there today. We got him back.
Look, he's happy to see you.
He was laying on the tree stump. I had to take like a triple take. I couldn't believe it. Asked Mom, I was in shock.
He drank water right away.
Yep, we gave him water. He drank right
He
away.
didn't want to eat, but he's fine.
Our boy is back. I hope those are happy tears. Look at him. It's a lot to take in, huh? I know. It took a while for it to sink in for me. I couldn't believe it.
He's just as sweet as ever.
What to do?
Are you happy?
Yes. I'm just so surprised.
I was too, sweetie. When I saw him, I kept staring at him, and I couldn't tell if I was just missing him so much that I was like projecting
I know,
that.
it feels like it's a dream right now.
It's real.
So this whole entire time, he's been in his tank. We've been searching all over the house, and this whole time he's been in his tank, in the tree stump.